everybody, just going to do a short video today regarding core conditioning. So we're going to strengthen the midsection of your body. So basically the core just doesn't apply to the front of your body, but also to the back muscles, which are used to help support the core and strengthen the back. So we're going to do a little bit of conditioning today. So if you have a block, you want to use the block at the end of the class, you need to have that ready. But also if you want to use a blanket, maybe fold up a blanket, you can use that instead of the block if you don't have a block. Okay, so we're going to come down onto our backs now at this point. So onto the forearms and elbows, just laying down on our backs, feet, soles, heels as close to your buttocks as possible. Soles of the feet flat to the mat. Just relaxing before we begin, relaxing the shoulders. And just get a sense of what's going on within your body. Okay, so palms facing down onto the ground. We're going to inhale the left knee and then the right knee in towards your chest. Okay, so we want the sacrum planted onto the ground now. So make any adjustments here to make sure that the lower back is perhaps nice and flat. And we're going to begin with gentle toe tapping. So right foot down first, followed by the left. A nice smooth action. And just concentrate on the subtle movement of the feet and the knees and the legs. We don't want to be lifting the lower back off the ground. We're not moving the hips. We're just moving the feet. And the legs are doing the work. Strengthening, firing up those lower abdominal muscles. Nice and slow movement to begin with, okay? So let's take 3 more breaths here. Continue with the tapping of the toe. Good, okay, 1 more breath, inhaling. And exhale. Okay, we're going to extend the right leg out and then gently begin to bicycle the legs. So this reminds me of being a child and doing the bicycle with my grandmother when I was little. And so it's very nostalgic, but it's extremely, good for the core. Seems quite basic, but it's doing its job. Okay, so bicycling the legs a little bit more. Keeping the palms flat. Let's take 1 more breath here, inhaling. And exhaling, draw knees to chest. Interlock the fingers over the shins, gently rocking it out, side to side, swaying of the hips. Massaging the lower back into the ground. Okay, from here, drop the left foot down, extend the right leg into the air. Okay, so we're going to take the right leg out to the side and then draw the left foot up and then extend the left knee out to the side of your body. If you feel like you're able, you can outstretch that leg also. But if you want to keep the knee bent, that's perfectly fine. We're still doing the same work. Okay, so palms flat onto the ground. And as you inhale, we're going to cross the legs over. And exhaling, releasing the body, opening the legs out. Inhaling, crossing over. Exhaling, switching sides. Good, keep going. Crossing the legs. And maybe alternate which leg goes on top, which leg goes underneath. Let's do 3 more of these. Inhaling, exhaling, inhale, exhale, crossing the legs. 1 more. Inhale, opening the legs wide. Exhaling, crossing the midline. Good. Now unraveling the legs, bending the knees, draw knees to chest. Okay, rock it out side to side. Massaging the lower back as you speak. Good. Inhale, extend the legs. We are going to roll up the body. So shoulders, head off the mat. Palms together, reaching up towards the toes. Drawing navel into spine. Gazing towards your big toes. We're taking 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhaling. 2 more breaths. Inhaling. Exhale. Good. Last breath. Strong work. Good. As you exhale, bend the knees, interlock the fingers. And again, rocking side to side. So the closer you draw your knees towards the belly, perhaps, if this is comfortable, giving yourself a little massage with the tops of your thighs. In towards the belly, rubbing gently into the organs. Nice, okay, crossing the ankles over, rocking all the way up into seated. Okay, we're going to push back into tabletop. So sliding back down the mat if you've shuffled too far forwards. Okay, hands slightly further forwards away from your shoulders. Okay, toes tucked under. And then draw the navel in, so nice flat back. So you may have to readjust the pelvis at this point. So we're not sinking in the lower back. We inhale and create that nice flat tabletop. Okay, good. From here, we are going to inhale that left leg up. Okay, so we want to keep this foot in line with the hip and try and keep those hips facing down. Okay, so the top part, the bone of your hip is facing down. Imagine you have flashlights on the front of your hip bones and they are pointing down to the ground. Inhaling, I'm going to hold for 1 more breath. And as you exhale, release. Okay, tucking the left toes back under. We're going with the opposite side. Inhaling, right foot comes up, flexing the feet, toes pointing down towards the mat. So gaze down the midline. You may have lifted the leg too high. Let's try and keep that heel in line with the hip, but also keeping that back nice and flat. So become conscious of where the navel is positioned. We're firing up those abdominal muscles. Last breath, inhale. And as you exhale, release. Okay, allow the feet to come flat, sink the belly toward the thighs, forehead comes down for child pose. Take 1 breath here. Inhaling. And exhale, good. As you inhale, rise back up, tabletop. Separate the knees slightly. So not as wide as hip distance. This time inhale the left leg up, keeping the hip and the heel in line. Not going too high, not going too low. Maybe you want to drop the leg a little. It's too intense, but then drawing that navel in. Flattening the back, reaching forwards with the right hand. Be conscious of what's going on in the lower back and in the abdomen. Cinching the waist in slightly. in order to extend through the spine. Good. Exhaling, releasing. We're going to inhale the right foot up, left arm floats into the air. Flexing the feet, toes pointing down, gaze down your body line. Keep that heel in line with the hip, draw the navel in. Tuck the tailbone slightly under in order to create the flat back. Good, exhale, release. Okay, take the knees nice and wide. We're going to sink back into a wide leg child pose. Forehead comes down. Just releasing the arms down, maybe towards the feet. Palms facing up. Giving you a time and a little chance to reset. Good, inhaling, rising up tabletop. Tucking the knees towards each other. Inhale, everything comes up, left hand, right arm. From here, as you exhale, I want you to round your spine, draw knee and elbow together. Inhale, reach forwards, good. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhaling, reaching, pointing forwards with the hand. Exhaling, knee to elbow. Good. Inhale, reach forwards and exhale, release. Switch sides. Inhale, right foot comes up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reaching out. Inhaling, rounding the spine. And inhale, reach out. Exhale, last one. Inhale. And exhale, release, coming down for child pose. The forehead comes down. Take a moment here just to become aware of what's going on inside. Noticing your breath. Inhaling deep into those back ribs and exhaling, releasing tension. Nice, inhale, rising up tabletop. Okay, so from here we have the knees slightly closer together, not hip distance. We're going to drop the right forearm down, make it come in a little bit so it's diagonal to the left side of your mat. Okay, then we are coming over onto our hips. So the right hip is down. We're going to stack knee on top of one another, left knee on top. And as you inhale, take left hand to the hip. Inhale, lift the hips. Reach up with the left hand. Holding for 3. 2 more breaths. Last breath, inhale. And as you exhale, release, the hip comes down. Good, take the hand back to the hip. And as you inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhaling. Exhaling down. Inhale. Make sure you're not locking out in the shoulder. Inhale, lifting. Exhaling back down. Switch sides. Come back to tabletop. Okay, knees are slightly apart. We are dropping down onto the left forearm, making this forearm come in from the hand, diagonal to the right side of your mat. Okay, then we come down onto our left hip. Now readjust the arm now at this point if you need to. If you feel like you're crunching the shoulder, just readjust the hand so that it's not uncomfortable. Okay, then we're stacking right knee on top of the left knee, right hand onto the hip, and inhale, rise up. Lift the right hand, Holding for 3 breaths, inhaling. Exhale, 2 more breaths, inhaling. And exhale, good. 1 more breath, inhale. And as you exhale, release the hips, come down. Readjust yourself if you feel like you shuffle too far forwards. But we are taking the right hand to the right hip. And inhale, lifting the hips. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. 1 more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Coming back to tabletop. Good. Okay. Sinking back, we can take a quick child pose. Reset the spine. Inhaling. Exhale, nice. Good, we're going to lift the hips now at this point. Okay, so take your feet hip distance, knees hip distance. We're inhaling, lifting and rising into downward facing dog. Quick bend of the knees, quick pedaling action. Okay. We're going to step forwards with the right foot and we're turning the left foot out slightly. You may want to line up the heel with the arch of your foot. So we're inhaling, rising up for warrior 2. So your hips are facing out. Right knee stacked over the right ankle. Okay, hands, arms at shoulder height. And we are lowering the left hand down. For a reverse warrior. Inhaling. Feel all this pulling action and this stretching up through the right side of your abdominals, the lats. Exhaling. Okay, so now we are turning the right foot out slightly, bringing this left foot so that hips are facing forwards now. Inhaling for a crescent lunge. Okay, at this point, draw the hands down to your heart center. Good, and now we are twisting, working those side muscles of your abs and your lats are working too. Okay, elbow is not touching the knee. Holding for 1 more breath. We're trying to keep the spine long, but we're getting a twist through the torso. Okay, exhaling. Hands come down to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. We're going to switch sides. Quick pedaling action maybe. Okay, but we are going to step forwards with the left foot. Turn the right foot out. Maybe line up the arch of your foot with your heel. For warrior 2, inhaling, rising up. Hands and arms at shoulder height. Hips are facing outwards. Rolling this left knee back and out. And we're going for the reverse warrior. Okay, so the right hand floats down towards the right leg. Left arm comes up. Firing up these side muscles once more. Nice, holding for 1 more breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, readjust the left foot. Slide it over to the left ever so slightly. Turn the hips facing forwards. Good. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhaling the hands to heart center. Taking the twist. So we lean slightly forwards and then twist in the torso. Elbow is not touching the knee. We're floating. Draw navel into spine. Holding for one more breath. Inhale. And exhale, release. Hands come down to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. Good, taking a quick breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the knees. Going back onto our back. So you may want to take the block at this point. Okay, so shuffle your bottom down towards your heels. Coming down onto the elbows and forearms. Shoulders and back, head and neck come down. Okay, so take the block, place it just beneath your buttocks, so into the sacrum. Take the arms out, palms facing forwards. Gently just slowing everything down, relaxing. Allow the belly to become soft. Relaxing your face. Just find some stillness now. Rotate your hands to your belly. Okay, so we have done a little bit of core work there. Nothing major, just a little gentle workout, maybe. So feel free to stay here as long as you like. Or if you're ready, you can remove the block. Outstretch the legs and the arms. Take Shavasana. Taking some deep breaths in through your nose now. And exhaling through the mouth. Allow your body just to soften. Give yourself permission to deeply relax. Okay, so you can stay here for as long as you like. And I hope that you enjoyed that video. Okay, so thank you everyone. Namaste.